So today we're going to look at the homework for lesson 2. This is parts of a whole. Now if you look at the homework helper portion right up here, it says Dennis and two friends are sharing a submarine sandwich equally. All but one part has hot peppers. What fraction of the sandwich has hot peppers? What fraction of the sandwich does not have hot peppers? So we're going to model this problem down below, and it shows you here that 2/3 has hot peppers, and then it shows you the number of equal parts, which is 3, and then the parts with hot peppers, which is 2. Then it shows you without hot peppers, the part is 1, and then the total parts is still 3. So you may have seen before where questions are asking, how can you divide a shape into 4 parts? Well, what students should be connecting is that 4 parts is 1/4, 3 parts is going to be thirds. So we're going to go ahead and kind of talk a little bit more about that today. Now, if you look down here, it says fraction model. So we're going to complete the chart, write a fraction for each part. Now, one thing that this homework does display is it shows fractions with different shapes, which is a great thing for students to see. It's going to ask here what part is green and what part is not green. So the first thing that students need to find is what is the total number of parts. So if you count here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total parts. So we know that's the denominator or the number on the bottom. So we have 6. Then the part that is green, we can count that there's 2. And the part that is not green, we can count as 4. Now we're going to look below here at the next problem. We can count the total number of parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this problem, I really like how it's showing a different shape because then students understand that fractions can have many shapes, not just rectangles, not just circles. We usually see circles and rectangles when we're dealing with fractions, but it's good to see many different shapes. We can count the number of green parts, 1, 2, 3. And we can count the number of white parts, or parts that are not green, which is 1. And so that's problem solving for these two. Now we'll look at the back. So right here, we see shade each figure to represent the fraction, 4/6. So again, with this shape, it's not a circle or a rectangle. It's a different shape, which is excellent for students to see. So we're going to shade in 4/6. We know there are 6 total parts, so we'll shade 4. And again, with shading, I tell students they don't have to fully get color in every part. Just do your best to shade lightly. That way they're not spending a lot of time just coloring in things. So for the rest of the problems, you'll do the same. And make sure you're just talking about the number of parts and then the number of parts we should be shading. Now we're going to look at problem solving. A loaf of bread is cut into 8 equal slices. What fraction of the bread is left after 6 slices have been used for sandwiches? So what students need to think about here is there is 8 slices total, and that 6, so what fraction of the bread is left after 6 slices have been used? So 6 slices have been taken away, so you might need to do a little bit of subtraction here of 8 minus 6. If you have any fraction strips or pieces at home, you could be using the 1/8 pieces for this, and then you could always model by then taking away 6 of those pieces, and then you'll see that there's 2 left, or you could do 8 minus 6, which is 2. And then we have 2 8s. So now we're going to look at the vocabulary check. You'll draw a line to match the vocabulary term with its meaning. So denominator is the total number of equal parts, or you can kind of remember it as the bottom number. So the denominator is the total number of equal parts. And then the numerator is the number of parts being represented. This is usually the number on top. And then below here, it says with test practice, which fraction of the figure is yellow? Now, I really like how this problem, again, has a different shape. And also now we're working with 3 different colors where we're focusing on what fraction is yellow. The first step students need to take is what is the total number of parts? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it helps, you can always do little dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes that helps students so they don't keep counting over and over again. So we know there's 6 parts and that we can count that 2 of those are yellow, so 2, 6 would be the correct answer. So we'll go ahead and fill that in. And that concludes our homework help video for today. The Sparty problem of the day is number 8, so go ahead and circle that. Students can tell their teachers that they watched this video, and they can circle problem number 8 on their homework and get a Sparty buck.